Hey, people, CzarThwomp here, and welcome to episode 47 of the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Last time, we basically had the disc taken from us by Gregson because apparently Egbert, he basically tried to hold up the pawn shop. He pulled out a gun. He was demanding the disc, but then Grayson came in. He stopped it. He took the disc, but thankfully Holmes was able to make a copy of the disc because he used caramel. And now we are basically going to talk about dinners and the like.
Ginny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris.
Oh, well, you must let me help you then. Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall investigate the conundrum of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it?
Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker.
Yes, you might be right.
Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windibanks said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in the pawn, didn't he?
Did he?
Yes,
He definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mysteries lies dormant in my storeroom. Were his words, I believe.
You heard about it, didn't you? I bet you were at least incensed as I was. Oh, yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windibank's storeroom, gathering dust.
My dear madam, I am quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than the bank's vault.
And what about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up.
Caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Look at that, Iris, he's blaming you.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Bakersfield story, Hurley?
Baskerville.
Oh, it sounds so exciting! The Hound of Baskerville. I should love to read it. Ah!
What's going on here? Why does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie, what did you just say? You said the Hound of the Baskervilles. But how could you know the full title? Well,
That's because Mr. Susato is such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But Bruno, the Hound of the Baskervilles has never been published.
What?
When I showed Hurley the manuscript, he told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
I don't understand.
That's why he said he'd keep it safe. Until it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Windibanks.
And yet, how could Susie here know the title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
I'm sorry, Iris, but she wouldn't leave me alone. She's just standing over my bed, watching me sleep. It was disturbing. Ah!
What is it, Mr. Sholmes?
It would appear our guest has arrived.
Miss Lestrade!
That was a bad idea. I knew I wasn't welcome. I'm going.
No, wait! Miss Lestrade! We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris?
Oh, yes. Just wait here, Ginny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie. You're gonna have.
Yeah, just Susato helping out with cooking and the like, while at gunpoint.
Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please make yourself at home.
Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come on along in. What say you to some Mendelsbaum? I won't take no for an answer.
Meddlesome it is then. Yes, the cat arrives. That evening, Irish Bear saw a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mr. Sholmes' violin performance was in no way meddlesome. And Gina, as we came to call her, taught us how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. So is that how Phoenix learned? So, in a way, is this how Phoenix came to learn how to ninja pain medication in Spirit of Justice? Just Phoenix taking on this ancestral knowledge that Ryunosuke learned that was passed down the generations? 15th of April, 9:34 p.m. Naruto's Legal Counsel Consultancy. That was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh yes, Iris's cooking was truly divine.
And I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strains of Mr. Sholmes' violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I can steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Naruto-san, could I consult with you about something? I wonder.
What's the matter, Susato-san?
It's about the telegram I received.
Ah, the one that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
What? Summoned? What do you mean?
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongart's asked to see me.
The Lord Chief Justice? When?
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then do we have to start preparing at once?
Oh no, that won't be necessary, Naruto-san. I've been summoned alone.
Alone? What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow.
And I forgot to turn the timer on. Well, what's this all about? Whatever it is, it's making me feel very uneasy. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Good evening, friends. Can't you explain what other... Susie, one question. How many of my other novels do you know about?
Iris, hello again.
And Gina, too. Yes, Ginny's gonna stay with us tonight. She's gonna sleep with me. Isn't that right, Ginny? Well, yeah. How lovely! Let me make a pot of tea. You know, I've learned so much today. Oh, what in particular? All those things Ginny showed us. Wasn't it wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques. We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
I think I will make it a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you to our humble quarters at this late hour?
Well, you see, I came to return this.
Wait, what? That's mine!
Oh my, how did you? I told you, didn't I? I have a natural talent for it.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten. Iris literally is a child genius.
So anyways, here, you can have it back. Not that I really understand why you wear it, though.
Ah, thank you.
All right then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it? What do you think, Ginny?
I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this.
Yes, me too.
It seems as though Iris here still has something she'd like to talk about.
I suppose. She probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
Yes, I suppose she probably does. Yes, let's see if we get Iris's thoughts on the legendary argument.
Now, what are you doing?
Look, I'm not gonna steal nothing, alright? It's just all junk anyways.
Charming. I suppose I should engage our guests in conversation, really. Everything has been checked. Everything has been checked. The manuscript.
Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you? Aren't you going to tell me? I'm so sorry. I need a little more time, please. Alright, I understand. I hope I haven't made you feel awkward. Oh no, not at all, Iris, not at all.
I don't know what all this is about, really, but it's a story you made up, is Iris. The manuscript or whatever you call it.
It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Daddy's?
That's right. I don't suppose I've mentioned to you before, Ginny, but my daddy was Hurley's assistant once, his partner. Eh? They solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister?
Apparently so. I was surprised as you are, though.
And Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I cite them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So, where's your old man now, then?
He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land, and he'll be gone there a very long time.
Longer than you'd think, Iris.
So I'd never really met him.
Oh, right.
Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. The Hound of Bakersville. Iris, this Hound of the Baskersville story. I take it it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts?
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. But it's different somehow. From the other cases, I mean.
Oh, how?
I don't really know, but it must be special in some way. Because after I'd read it and showed the manuscript to Hurley, he turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've ever seen him like that.
It pains me not to say this after you toiled over for so long, Iris. But this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances. I don't want my ass to get kicked, Iris.
Why not? It's one of my best works.
I'm not at liberty to say. Not now, so please, do not ask me.
All right then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right.
And then Sherlock forgets about it 10 minutes later. And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windibank, isn't it?
Yes. Henry said it has to be somewhere very safe.
That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child.
Well, Iris is a child.
I mean, it's me. That's what it is, keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Sholmes isn't trying to be mean.
Eh?
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so, too. You lied to trust him for your own good. But he can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it.
What?
Henry's lying to me?
Okay, we talked to you. Talked to Gina. I realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I?
Never did have.
Oh.
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us. From the minute we are born, not even our moms. That's why we practice our musical numbers. But we all stick together. The older ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by.
So that's why you're a pickpocket.
Nah, dive is my life. I love it. I get kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all afford to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it.
Oh, Gina.
I do think about it sometimes. What it's like to have parents, I mean. I always thought I'd make everything right. But I haven't listened to what Iris just said. It sounds like having parents ain't always easy either.
Oh!
I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you always wanted to meet them.
It's true. I do want to see Daddy so much.
Yeah, just Ryunosuke's like, okay, this is awkward. Just dramatic irony.
Oh, Iris.
Sholmes' lie. Gina, what do you mean when you said that you know Mr. Sholmes is lying to Iris? Well, he reckons he bopped that manuscript or whatever, right? But come on! That's obviously a load of rubbish.
Oh my! Why would you think that, Gina?
It's simple. If that story was really in old Mr. Windibank's storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it.
Ah!
Sorry, Iris, but yes, me, he sold it. Without ever telling you.
But Honey would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
Ha! Grown-ups do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, the lot of them. You just ain't realized it yet. I'm telling you, that manuscript ain't at Windibanks. You'd soon see it if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That shows a liar like the rest of them.
If I'm honest, I have wondered if Hardy's telling me the truth sometimes.
See?
Oh, but I don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be so hard on yourself, Iris.
Oh my goodness, look at the time! Come along, Ginny. We have to go back downstairs.
Yeah, all right.
And please, don't mention this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Good night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning. I insist. Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Good night, then.
Iris, it sure is easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. But deep down, she's still just a child. A child who has to take care of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruto-san.
Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris' father, but also the name of the murdered visiting professor at Umai University. It can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on. Sleep, Ryunosuke, sleep.
Mr. Naruto! Mr. Naruto!
That voice, that's Mr. Sholmes. That was Iris. What's going on? It's the middle of the night.
Are unicorns real, Mr. Naruto?
What?
I have a question. Are unicorns real? I need to know this. I mean, narwhals are real. They're the unicorns of the sea, so why can't unicorns exist on the earth? It's Sister Strayed. She's gone. And she took half of my stuff. She took half of my possessions on the clutter table.
Gina?
She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed's empty.
Well, she's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no?
I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl's gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now.
Over an hour? Oh.
If you'll indulge me. Look out the window, my dear fellow.
What's this about? Is the real guy at the army's up with the shovel? Wait a minute. Why is there a light on at this time of night?
That's Mr. Windibank's pawnbrokery.
Mr. Windibanks.
He has my stuff! I have to save my stuff, Mr. Naruto.
Oh no.
It's simple. If that story really was in Miss Old Windibank's storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words, you, could know about it.
And little does Gina know, it's probably under Sholmes' mattress.
Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling ya.
Could Gina have gone?
It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruto.
Sorry? Oh no. No, not really. Well, anyways,
we must investigate. At once!
It's Susato.
didn't realize that was a Susato at once. 16th of April, 1:14 a.m., Baker Street. The door to Windibanks. It's open.
And the lamp is burning.
It must be Gina, mustn't it?
Let's us hope it's nothing more sinister. Let's hope she's not taking my stuff.
What?
Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly something is afoot inside.
There's no one here.
Oh yes, there is.
Ah!
Mr. Shaw!
Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Sholmes!
What the? Has Sholmes been shot?
Leave me, Mr. Naruto. Protect my stuff. It's really cool.
But...
After them, go.
Right. Blast! I've lost him. Hey, what we have here? The alarm was just raised on this pawnbroker, sir. Would you learn something about that? Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot. Shot. I have to get Gregson. And then Gregson runs in. No! You have to save this man. I'll get partial payment from his novel, when the novel's based on him. I need that money for me fish and chips. Hurry! Resuscitate him! With the police close behind me, I ran back to Windibanks.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Naruto.
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry! It's Gina!
And then basically Jones was like, damn it, Windibank! Why'd you have to end yourself, Windibank? You didn't have to do that! No, we are not saving progress. We're going. We're continuing on. So, yes, bang.
I'll be alright, Mr. Naruto. After them, go! Attack to my stuff!
Behind that door, in the store.
Behind that door in the storeroom, hurry!
It's Gina! From that moment, Windibank's pawnbrokery became a crime scene. Everything that followed happened with a whirlwind of activity. The arrival of the police, the preliminary investigation of the scene, and the questioning. It was just before dawn before I was allowed back to my lodgings at 221B. '16th of April, 6:21 a.m. Naruto's legal consultancy. Oh, Iris.
A telegram came, but all it said was wait at home.
Oh, yes. We asked for one of the policemen to have it sent. It was simply impossible to come back.
When I woke up, I was all alone. Hurley and Ginny were gone. Everyone was gone. What happened, Runo?
Poor Iris, she's trembling. She's always trying very hard not to let herself get too worried.
Did Holmesy go on another rampage? I told him not to fight people in the streets.
I'll explain everything that I know.
Something awful's happened, hasn't it?
Yes, I'm afraid so. We have to talk about the shovel. That spade has been in here since we started renting the place.
Runo, that's not a spade. It's a shovel.
Ah, you're a shoveler, are you? I had a feeling you'd pick up on that.
Oh no. A pick is something entirely different.
Now I've dug myself into an even deeper hole. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. But I love the smell of fire and the steam rising from the kettle.
Oh, how about some tea, Runo?
Thanks, Iris, but I'm all right for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes for me from time to time, and Iris's unique herbal infusions. This place is a paradise for a true tea lover.
If you're sure, you know I always have plenty whenever you're feeling thirsty.
Tea! So this is the tea set that Miss Susato brought back with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup whenever she makes it. It's just so bitter.
Susie's lovely green tea has quite an impact on Hurley, you know. He started putting milk and sugar in his coffee even. And Hurley is normally bitterly opposed to bitterness.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be outdone. We've only been in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already.
Hurley's desk is far worse, you know.
I'm sure if I try hard enough, I can make my desk as messy as Cholmes.
I wonder.
You don't think I can?
Well, it takes a certain genius to reach that level of disorder, you know.
The path to true mess is long and arduous, it seems. And then just Sherlock, he looks at Clavier's office with all the cluttered documents and the loud music. His ghost, he just smiles.
This is the legacy that we've been working for. This is my legacy.
And then Maya, so what do you think? Miss Maya goes into Clavier's office. Miss Faye, so what do you think of my office?
I don't know how to say this, Clavier, but...
Ja, Miss Faye?
There's a ghost in your office, and he's smiling and nodding approvingly.
Okay. The Daruma doll I brought with me from home. Still with only one eye colored in. I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but...
That's cruel, only letting you have one eye.
Yes, but it's because I don't consider myself a good enough lawyer yet, you see? Once I become a fully fledged lawyer, Miss Susato will color the other eye for me.
Well, in that case, why not color the other eye now? I mean, every time you win a new case, give it an extra eye. You can never have too many eyes, you know.
Call me crazy, but I'd never consider that. Do you know I've never seen inside Miss Susato's room. I haven't so much as put my head around the door.
Oh, Susie often invites me up. It's so much fun.
Really? What's her room like?
I can't tell you that.
Oh?
A young maiden's heart chamber is her place of bittersweet secrets, you know.
What? Where have I heard that before? I suppose some things are the same the world over. The ladder. We must talk about the ladder. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and enemies too.
Apparently tanks like those are very popular in London before I was born.
Oh? You mean they're not anymore?
I think people discovered it was too much effort to clean them out and change the water all the time.
I can believe that. Prawns and anemones are fun, for a while. Susato and her orange.
Oh, that looks like a telegram.
It is, but you mustn't open it. Not under any circumstances.
All right, I won't. Now then, let's see.
Iris is breaking all the loopholes. Iris knows how to break a loophole. She finds the loopholes and then she uses them. No, what did I just say? You mustn't open it.
Don't worry, I won't. With this special concoction I developed, I'll be able to see right through the envelope without having to open it.
No, that's not that either.
Oh, but I'm sure it's something important.
Little geniuses sure can be mischievous. I swear, it's always a delight to just do these sort of investigations, just doing these checks. It's always fun. Okay, we checked out everything. Let's talk to Iris. Events at Windibanks. We'll basically do this and then end the episode. I'm sorry I have to tell you this, Iris, but Mr. Windibank is dead. He was shot. We discovered it in the early hours of the morning.
Oh, yes, I had a feeling.
You did?
When I saw all of those police carriages pulling up outside his shop, so I knew something must happen there. Hopefully my stuff is fine.
When we entered Windibanks in the small hours, we disturbed a gang of 2 thugs. They ran out into the streets. I chased after them, but they got away.
So it was one of them who shot old Mr. Windibank, I suppose.
I don't know, but that's not what the police believe at the moment.
Oh, why not?
They've arrested someone else as their prime suspect. You see, Gina.
Ginny? But why?
Well, the thing is...
No! Ginny wouldn't do something like that!
I know! None of us think she did it!
Then why have they arrested her?
I'm sorry. There was nothing I could do.
I don't understand why they arrested Ginny. It's not fair! What about the 2 dogs that were at the scene? Why aren't they the prime suspects? After all, they shot Hurley dead, didn't they?
No! I mean, Mr. Sholmes isn't dead, Iris.
This is also horrible.
The thing is, Mr. Windibank was found on the floor in the storeroom where he keeps all the deposited articles. And the storeroom door was locked from the inside.
I see.
But he wasn't alone in there. Gina was found next to him on the floor as well.
Oh no!
And according to the detectives who investigated afterwards.
Don't tell me! There was no one else in the room!
Yes, exactly. How'd you know?
It's the one explanation!
Yes, the only explanation indeed.
What do they mean by that, Runo? Well?
What can I say? I'm damned if I agree, damned if I don't. Show him the situation.
So where's Hurley then? Is he still there investigating the scene?
Yes, he's investigating with a gun wound.
'Tis merely a flesh wound, Mr. Naruto. Now, if you'll excuse me, let's do some deduction dances.
He really ought to have some breakfast. It's not good for him to miss meals.
I don't want you to worry, Iris, but I have some news about Mr. Sholmes. He was taken to the hospital this morning.
What?
Well, when we entered Mr. Windibanks, a gun was fired and he took a bullet.
Hurley! He was shot! No! No!
It's all right. His life isn't in danger.
Really? Are you sure? Where is he? Which hospital? I have to heal him! The doctors here are incompetent! You saw what they did with that woman who was stabbed? She wasn't even dead, and yet it took us several days to come to!
He's at St. Signers. They're tending him there.
I must see him at once!
And then Iris, she pushes all the doctors away.
Get away from him! I'm his only doctor!
I'm sorry, Iris, but you can't.
Why not? That's unfair! I'm a family member! I should be allowed, and I'm his doctor!
No, I mean, nobody can see him at the moment. He's not allowed any visitors. They're preparing to operate, you see.
To operate? Oh, poor Hurley!
Injured Sholmes. It was the two thugs who were in Mr. Windibank's shop. And then Iris becomes Batgirl. She takes on the mantle of the bat and she goes to the streets enacting justice. She has the gadgets. She can do it. They shot Mr. Sholmes when we disturbed them, you see. It was pitch black inside the shop at the time. My mind went totally blank, I'm afraid. I just froze.
After them! Go! Protect my stuff!
After that, I ran out into the streets, but, well, they were long gone. I shouldn't have hesitated. I'm so sorry. It's my fault. I let them get away.
I think that's a very good thing.
Sorry?
And if you've seen which way they went and chased after them, you might have been shot as well, Runo. Plus, now I can avenge Holmesy. I can avenge his death.
He's not dead yet.
Oh, Holmesy died too young. On top of everything else, I couldn't bear that.
Oh, Iris. Susato's situation.
Where's Susie, Runo?
She's still at the police station.
Why?
I expect she's still being questioned. The police said they wouldn't be finished for a while.
Why aren't you there then?
Well, I didn't get a good look at the criminals anyways, so they weren't questioning me for long. And Mr. Susato stayed behind at the scene to tend to Mr. Sholmes, so they didn't get started with until later.
I see.
Besides, one of us had to come back to be with Iris. I'm glad Inspector Gregson agreed to me leaving early.
You should have let me know and I would have come to the station. I would have pulled the strings. I command the police. I pay them. I pay the salaries.
I'm afraid I'll need to go out again now, Iris. And I think now would be a good time to end the episode off. Anyways, I really appreciate that you stuck around to watch this episode. You're a great viewer, and I hope you come back for the next one. If you like this video, like, subscribe, comment, share, do whatever they want. And with that, I'll see you next time. Bye.